All right, welcome to my channel. Okay, I did the video of this boom and crash 300. Okay, I've done some videos and I posted them on my Telegram channel because I was having difficulty posting on YouTube before with my device and my laptop and all the stuff. Okay, so but I eventually worked a way around it by actually using my second PC. So I eventually uploaded a video on YouTube, and people were asking because that one was system method. So they were asking me to do it with a phone so that they can actually understand the settings and how to actually go about it. Okay, this you know that the new crash 300 and boom 300, they are highly volatile. Okay, volatile whether you are trading it as a scalp, that is you are trading it as an anti-spike, or you are trading it as a spike. They are very volatile. What I mean in volatility is that, for example, okay, you're watching it now. This crash 300, look at the crash 300 at 7891. In short period now, let's say before 820, according to the time here, you will see that it would have moved from that 7891. If there is no spike, it would have moved beyond 7896 or 789. Okay, it worked with 1 minute. Okay, let me just use that. One tick is 1 minute. So it would have actually reached, compared to the rest, it would have actually reached by 820, it will reach 789594 point something. Compared to anyone, just check any other one, it will not be exactly the same way that these crash 300 and boom 300 are. Meaning that if you are trading it for a spike, it gives a long spike. Like it can give 1000 pips. That is crash 300 can give 1000 pips, like in just less than 5 minutes. 1000 pips. That's like if you're trading 0.1, you make $10 straight. If you're trading 0.2, you make $20 straight. The same way, for it to move from this, to move as an anti-spike for 1000 pip is less than an hour. In fact, if there is no spike in between, it's just 30 minutes, which you know that even the crashed 500 that move a little, that move fast, cannot deliver 1000 pips in 1 hour. It will be close to, but hardly will you see it delivering. It will not eventually. Just that's true, because you cannot have it for a whole 1 hour without a little spike, even if there is no long spike. So in an hour, crash 300, crash 500 will not deliver 1000 pip, but crash 300 will do in 30 something minutes. It will deliver that in 30 something minutes. As in, is that not awesome? You can see now, I told you this 820 and it has moved to 7900 from 7891 in just 2 minutes. It has moved it will move 20, that's 200 pips in just 2 minutes. So it's incomparable. That's just the basic truth. So whether you go for spike or you go for anti-spike, and like boom 500 is the boom 300, the spike occur after each other, and it also steps as an anti-spike for long. For example, you can see now currently now that okay, there is a spike that occurs in that boom 500 now and boom 300 now, and if you look at it, there's the spike that occurs start from 5962 and it reach 5989. That is a singular spike, just one spike. Okay, there is a mini spike before that long spike, but if you look at it, just like boom 1000 and crash 1000, see what it delivers in just a spike, and it can do multiple spike after each other. Like you can see here, if you go back, you can see now it moves from here, that's 597, and it kept spiking until it reached 61, not 60, 615. That's 1500 pips. So in short, what I just mean is that it moves very fast. Okay, in anti-spike, and you can see what the spike that occurs now. You will see in very short time it would have quickly covered it back if a new spike does not happen in the crash 300. Okay, so now why am I actually buying and selling? Okay, with the strategy that I actually said. Okay, I in all the videos, naturally people use 1 minute, but those who have watched my videos and all that stuff, and those who are actually seeing me trading, they know that most of the time, except when I'm trading volatility 100, I actually go long. So I usually use 5 minutes. So let's quickly use the settings. So we use moving average, we use 100. It's just simple moving average, and close, apply to close, and you can see the settings. So it's just simple 100, then you are done with the moving average. Then after the moving average, we come to stochastic. We add stochastic because we need indicator window 1. Okay, we add stochastic, and the percentage K period is 1, percentage D 1, slow in 1, price feed low high, and the method is simple, and the levels is just 20 and 80. You don't really need 50. Okay, so you can delete the 50 level, okay, away out of it. It's just 20 and 80. Okay, so that are the two things. Then you click on done. Okay, after that, then we move to what else? Okay, we've done the stochastic. Then let's add, oh sorry, I did not, the main and the signal of stochastic we have to show, so we use it also. So we have it now. So okay, this is the main and the signal of the stochastic. Okay, so having said that, with the main and the signal, then the next thing that we need to do is to actually, okay, you click on done. Then we had ichimoku. We had ichimoku. Now, where's ichimoku? F plus ichimoku on the indicator window 1. Sorry, I did not mention that. It's the ichimoku can be on the main chart and can also be indicator window 1, but in this particular with this particular strategy, it has to be on indicator window 1, and we need only the take and see color. So with the rest, you just put it as your background color, and I think my own background is white, so I have to use it like that. So you might not understand, so let me change the color of the ichimoku. Let me change it to maybe black. Okay, you can see now. Now, if you look at it, when you will actually sell is when the candles are below the moving average and the ichimoku. Now, you can decide to just use the stochastic. And the only issue I'm having with the stochastic now is that the stochastic supposed to show 2 colors. Okay, supposed to show 2 colors for the main and the signal, because we have the red and the blue. So I don't know why the blue is not showing. Alright, so let's just use the ichimoku and the stochastic. Okay, so now when will you actually buy? It's simple. Okay, when you buy is when the market, okay, for boom 300 to trade an anti-spike, you're actually going to sell below the moving average. You know, boom is actually booming, so you actually sell below the moving average. So when the market crosses below the moving average is the first condition for us to sell. But the second condition is that we don't want to sell when the market has actually reached oversold level, meaning that in this part, the stochastic part, this red, which is the main and signal of the stochastic, have to actually be above. Like when it was below here, we cannot really sell because it's not safe to sell. So we have to wait when the spike occurs and we see our stochastic actually going up. Like here you have it going up. Then after you have it going up, then you can actually now enter the market. And 5 tick, you should be out. You should close after 5 ticks. 5 ticks, you should close. Like you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then a spike or call, giving you room. Then you have 1, 2, 3, 4. This one spike before the 5th tick actually happened, though it covers it back because it's below the moving average. But in most cases, you will see 5 tick delivered. Like you have here more than 5, here before the spike more than 5, just like that continuously. Then after you enter either 3 to 5 ticks, you just close your trade. Okay, so now there is another thing. That is why if you notice, I did not mention the ichimoku, the black line that is on the indicator window 1. Now, how will you use the ichimoku? Ichimoku is actually meant for you to hold a position for long, so that you are not just, you don't open, you just quickly close. Okay, for example, when we have it crossing here, okay, when we have the market at overbought level, that's at the 80 level of the ichimoku was at 80 level, we are preparing to sell, but we cannot sell until the market crosses the moving average, because that is when it is safe to sell. So we are waiting for it to cross, even though we know the ichimoku will be moving down, but we're waiting. Now when you have it here crossing the moving average, around this point you will enter the market immediately. Now this, you don't really need to wait for 3 ticks. Okay, you don't really need to wait for 3 to 5 ticks. You can hold the position till the ichimoku comes down. Now if you look at it, the ichimoku keep going all this area until here. Okay, here it has not even reached the lower level. Then you can see the market spike, then eventually keep going. Then now the market has reached the oversold level. So now you should have closed the position. Even since around this area, you should have closed the position, so this spike might not actually reach and meet you in the market. All right, so as you can see now, like I said, I'm not using 1 minute with the current position that I opened. I'm not using 1 minute, and I'm even trading into the account that I'm managing. Okay, but I use system for that. But it's because they asked that I should use a phone for this. Okay, so now, like I said, you can actually now decide to close the trade. Okay, let's go to the crash. Okay, sorry, let's go to the crash 300. So crash 300. So now we are in crash 300. Now for us to buy crash, like I told you, you want to wait for market to come and move towards the moving average. You know, I said it towards the boom, that you don't want to actually sell boom at oversold level. That means that you expect the market to first of all spike up, then the candle, the market will be closer to your 100 moving average. Then at that time you can trade. For example, now you cannot trade because the market is far away. According to 1 minute, it's far away from the moving average. So a spike can occur that will bring markets up to 7,850, 5,6 now. A spike is possible to actually happen, maybe multiple spike to get to that level. So you don't want to trade that. But don't forget, I don't trade with 1 minute, and that's number one. Number two is that even if you have made your entry using the ichimoku, like I told you, you would have exited the market since. Okay, this is where the ichimoku reached the 20 level here. Then we wait for the market to cross. You can see market crosses and it move up. Now, one thing about moving average is that it's not like RSI and stochastic or even ichimoku. Moving average simple is stagnant. Like, it's not like something like indicator that repaints. So like it doesn't adjust to be fit like it was perfect. Meaning that where it crosses here, that was what really happened. Market crosses are down that place. Not that the market later adjusts the moving average. But if you're using an exponential moving average, there is always a little adjustment with the current market, not the subsequent one also. But with the current market, there will always be adjustment. And you don't want that adjustment to actually happen. Okay, you don't want that adjustment to actually happen, because with the adjustment you will not have a total idea of the real trend of the market, of what exactly the market was doing, because it will only be projecting like perfect to you. Now, like I said, I do not use 1 minute to make the entry. Then you will see I use 5 minutes. Then come here, you can see I use 5 minutes. Now, meaning that the market just crossed not long and the ichimoku have not reached the 80 level. So I believe the market is still going to buy more. I'm not saying the market is not going to spike, but I'm saying the market is sure to still buy more. So it's still going to buy more and more before it can even talk about coming down. And there is also a possibility with the crash 300 now that the market can actually drop to this level, because I entered the market late just for the video sake, though the accounts that I talk about, I've entered them early. So, but this one I enter it late just because I just remember that somebody asked for it yesterday and I've not uploaded the video yet. So, like for example, now though I'm using the demo account in this particular one, so that makes me to actually be able to do that. Okay, so now, like I said, it's so straightforward. Like, we still believe that the market is still going to go more using 5 minutes and not 1 minute. If you're using 1 minute, naturally the spike that occurred now should not have met you in the market, because you should have been out since here. You see, the market has actually reached towards the 80 level around this place. Then the market spike, you can see now immediately it reached the 80 level. The next thing was to have a spike, though this can even have adjusted, because I can't deny the fact that if the market keep going, the ichimoku will be adjusting towards the 80 level. Like for example, we have it at 80 level now. It cannot pass that level. Even if the market keep going up, it will just be adjusting as if it's just getting there, though it has gotten there since. So this is just the beauty of it. But if it has not gotten there, it has not gotten there. Like, you have it on 5 minutes, it's so obvious that it has not gotten to the 80 level, and it's getting there. It's going to get there. Market can do multiple spikes before it gets there, but one thing is very certain: it's getting to the 80 level. One thing is very, very certain: it's going to the 80 level from the 5 minutes. So if you have made your entry, like the simple explanation says, you can see from here, you have made your entry right at this point. Okay, the moment the market crosses, then there was a spike that just moved down a little bit, then the trade keep going. Look at it. You enter at, let's say, 780, and currently market is at 7920, 79267, 7926. Like I told you about the boom 300, that it's possible to still spike back. Okay, you can see it's moving towards the 5 minute. But one thing is very sure: it has not also gotten to the 20 level, so it's still getting there. So if somebody will have entered right from here, will still be in profit right now, not loss. It will still be running in profit right now. So the point is that even if the trade enter a little loss, it's very sure to still recover back into profit. It's very sure to still recover back into profit. So right now, the boom, the crash is still going. It might spike, like I told you, but it will still continue up. Okay, and with this strategy, if you're using 1 minute, you can keep trading anti-spike and make money, and you can also trade for spike. So the only difference between spike and anti-spike is that, when you are trading for spike, you have to enter at the best entry. For example, for you to actually sell crash, you have to make sure that the market has actually reached the moving average side, like this. You are selling, so it has to have, the market will be stepping, then it will crash below it. Now, when it crashed below the moving average, you don't just join and expect a new crash. You wait for the market to come and touch the moving average. Even possibly, you can decide to see if it will pass the moving average small, then you enter. Then by that time, you expect the market to spike down, because at that time, one thing would have happened: the main and the signal of the stochastic would have returned back to the 80 level. It will no longer be at the 20 level, telling you that the market can now drop. So these are the things for the boom. Also, for you to enter, okay, let's go to 1 minute. You will see the reason why it bought. Okay, you can see now on 1 minute, this is the reason why it bought. The market has reached the oversold level. The main and the signal, you can see they were below, so the market spiked to actually give this at the top. But one thing that is very, very important is that you must ensure that you are not tempted to just enter when you see the ichimoku and the stochastic at the overbought or oversold level alone, they are not enough criteria for you to trade. You have to wait for the market to be, in the case of buying boom, you have to wait for the market to have spiked above the moving average and return back to that moving average level before you buy. For the sell of boom, you have to wait for the market to also spike like this, almost towards the moving average, so it has to still be below the moving average, but it should not be wide apart from the moving average. Then you enter for your sell, okay, so that you will be confident that even if a trade spikes, it will still recover and give you profit. Okay, you will not want to enter a far distance away. Like if I enter on 1 minute now, I will be afraid, because a new spike can occur in this boom 300 and it may never come back to this level on time, so it might increase my loss, so I will be afraid. But because I enter using 5 minutes, so now I'm confident that it's not far away, even though it's a little bit away, but I will believe that it's not far away, so it can still cover it in short period of time back. So there is still kind of rest that my mind will actually have for actually that the trade will return back and I will be profitable. So this is very important. You have to understand how to use them. Enter immediately. Some of us, if we are trading anti-spike, we are afraid of spike, but we still want to trade anti-spike. That what will be spike? For example, when the market reach this level, you see that the market has been coming for 15 minutes before getting to this below the moving average. Now, naturally, it's human nature to be afraid that what if immediately I enter now, the market now spike. But let me be realistic with you. Then you should not have trade forex at all, because forex is about risk. Though you do your calculated risk, but it's about risk. Life itself is about risk. So you make the entry. Now, if you don't make entry here and you see market already going, then going for another 10 minutes, then at that time you make entry, the risk is now higher than the point where you should have made your decision. Though you did not make decision there because you are trying to play very safe, but now it's now not safer because you are now entering at a place that is much more dangerous. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that once you've seen your confirmation that the market is at this level of the stochastic and is dropping towards the oversold level in the case of selling, then the market crosses the moving average 100, enter your market. If you are using 5 minutes, it's better you use ichimoku, so that once you reach 20 level, you close. If you are using 1 minute, once you say 3 to 5 tick, close, then take your profits. You are out. You've made money and you are out of it already, of the market already. Then continue like that. Before you know it, if you're taking 3 to 5 tick, if you take 20 trade per day and you do minimize risk, for a $10 account on crash 300, you don't trade the 0.1, you trade the 0.05 because it has a 0.05. So you will trade 0.05. If a spike even occur, you will not have more than $3 max if you enter at the right point, and that $3 will be covered back in short period of time. If you now don't want to hold that particular trade, you want to wait for another better opportunity, you can close that position at -2, -3, then eventually wait for another good opportunity, enter before the day ends. Trading 0.05 with 5 tick on crash 300 will give you $1. I'm very sure of that. Now, $1 times 10 is already $10. So meaning that you just take 10 trade and lower risk. And if you take 3 ticks, then it means that you take around 15 trades. Then you would have actually doubled your account per day. Meaning on $100 account, you can trade on crash 500, you can trade the 0.5 instead of trading 1.0. Then when you trade the 0.5, you believe that if you enter the right place, the maximum spike that you can see at a time is just $15. Then when you see $15, it will cover it back and you make your money still. Now you can still see, because I use 5 minutes, both of them are returning back, and the crash 500, crash 300 is still going, and it's still going more. Like I told you, let's go and check again. Crash 300. Let's see, on 5 minutes, it has not reached the ichimoku has not reached the 80 level. It's going to the 80 level. So once it reached the 80 level now, whether it has reached 800, because I put my take profit at, okay, I think I set take profit, but I didn't set it. But naturally, I want to set the take profit at 8000. That's 8,000. Now once it reach 8,000, it should close naturally. Okay, that's like TP level. So naturally, because on 5 minutes it has, see, on 15 minutes it can drop back massively and go back up because the market has shown you, but the 15 minutes has not yet confirmed for a buy. So we cannot be talking about a buy on a 15-minute time frame now because it's not above the moving average. Even though ichimoku is at the 20 level, the market is not at the above moving average, so it's not safe to enter for a buy yet. All right, thank you very much. If you like this video, please comment, subscribe, and like it, please, so that it can help YouTube algorithm. And if you have any question, you have my link to Telegram. Just message me on Telegram, ask a question. I'll be glad to attend to answer to any question. Okay. And for account management, like I keep saying, please risk the money that you can't afford to lose. Even though we try to actually, even if there is a loss, we try to top up your account and help you build up again and make profit. But always use the money that you can risk. Forex is about risk, but we make up to the 100% per day of your account, and we do equal profit share, and we take from $100 upward. So if you have $100 account, you send a login, we trade for you, and we share equal profit. And if there is a drawdown, we top your account up back. Though it may take time, but we top it up and we build up for you. If you have not made up to 100% personally of the profit, but if you've made above 100% personally, we ask you to top up with few funds, then we'll build up from there, then we'll continue again. All right, thank you, love you.